Hey, what's up? Am I live? Alright, cool. So, let's get to it. Anyways, so you may saw the first thing that I had over here was this screenshot right here. Let's put that on the screen. Let me see if I can put my little shot in here. Okay, boom. Let's do it like that. Alright, so let's take a look at some things here. This guy is known as Serpensid A. Wow, what happened there? Okay. This guy is known as Serpensid A, or Serpensa. And the thing is, he's actually been around for quite a long time. Let me see how long his sort by oldest, yeah? 13 years ago. He started with some, maybe some bike videos and stuff like that, and it wasn't really something that he's known as the first person to have a YouTube channel out of China, and this wasn't really when I was really watching him at this time, but later on he was just talking about like life in China. So, he may even be older than 13 years. I mean, so the thing is that, right, because he's the first guy like doing YouTube out of China, he's actually talked about this himself. I've been watching for quite some time, and I think this is quite interesting for me to share with a lot of these people that are now pro-China, stuff like that, that are maybe watching my channel. They may be wondering about my take, stuff like that. So he was actually producing videos for a long time, and he would actually give a viewpoint into life in China, and one of his largest viewing population is going to be Asian Americans like myself. People who are wondering what it's like back in Asia, and maybe we've seen some documentaries, but of course we want to see someone who's just out there, putting on YouTube. So I'm not the only one who watches him. I also know another YouTuber named Desolator Magic, and he's also a old school YouTuber. A lot of cats that have been kind of grew up with YouTube, if they were interested in China, they're gonna have come across this guy's content. He's a prolific content producer, and he's been doing it for a long time. So, and the algorithm has been supporting him at times for a long time. He's just been he's at over 1 million subscribers now. Either way, right? So the thing is that let's talk about his content, things that I've seen, and my observations of this individual. So it's not perfect. Sometimes he does things that are just a little bit on the, to get subs. Who doesn't, right? So you'll see that his more recent videos do kind of use a format that is familiar to us, and that shows that he knows what he's doing, right? So, they're a lot more flashier. He uses, he's not afraid to use women in the video, stuff like that, which is fair, But some of the strange things that he did in the past was now you could see that he's quite anti-Chinese as in terms of government, right? The people, I think he's fine with that. I think he does know the culture, he does know the language, and he makes a lot of great points with that. So, I believe that his appreciation for China is authentic. Could he be CIA could be. Who knows, right? Maybe there are other people that just weren't really. But you've been watching his content for a long time, and if he was switching his style and content, then it would be. He has to stay in character for a long time, right? So, I think he's been quite consistent on that. So, here's some of the inconsistencies that I've seen, though. So the thing is that now, I talked about his anti-China rants and stuff, because he says that China has changed, and I think it has changed to an extent. I think that he's accurate about some of that. But really, one of the things that really kind of jumps out at me when I think about this guy right away is, if you know this show called China Uncensored or China Unscripted, they've gone by different names. This guy named Chris Chappell, who does material with Serpensid A and Lao Wai nowadays. And the thing is that back in the day, Serpensid A actually identified, what's his name, China Unscripted as being Falun Gong, related, which I think that there might be some accuracy to that. So there's that. So in some ways, it seems like he was willing to do the work or the bidding of the Chinese state. So who says that he's not doing the work of the American state now, right? Like that means like anything's in play now. Like I'm not really sure like what to believe, but I do know he's consistent with his claims, and I know that he's also consistent with his output. And the quality of his videos is good. So give him props for that. So now, another thing that I like to watch this guy's videos for is that he actually identifies how the Chinese government is coming after him. And he's not the only one. There's other people making very, very similar claims, which gives these claims a lot more credibility, right? And anything that he says that the Chinese government is doing, and you can see some of this stuff kind of going on a little bit, right? Or you feel it going on. Like when you talk to Chinese government and stuff like that, they look like, or he identifies with like, certain guardians, I guess, of the society, I guess you could say, that are kind of like around this phenomenon. Well, the fact of the matter is that while he does bring to light some of those issues, he also has a troubling past, whereas he admits that he worked for a former rapist high party official. So he's not like flawless either, right? Like he's taking the money when it was available. Anyways, the thing is that you can see that he has talks about how the state is like interfering with like this NBA, and it looks kind of legit. You know what I mean? Like the way that LeBron James kind of like bowing to China, stuff like that. I'm not anti-Chinese at all, right? But what happened again? Let me look that up. Actually, what did happen? What did he say? Did he say something? Oh, let's go. Yeah, I'm getting ready. Oh, I'm sorry. I should not be showing all my text and stuff on the screen. Oh my god. Okay, I got distracted for a second. I'm going to Union Square. Anyways, let's get back to the issue at hand. So Serpente Day, I think he does have some. The really thing that I want to say is that it's just anything that he says is being done to him, right, is probably also being done by the American state government as well. So there's that, right? And you can see one of the things that kind of like used to be I didn't get to see so much of it from other places, but I would see, these other countries doing bad and doing horrible, and all the people are living starving and suffering and stuff like that. I always thought that was something that I always heard coming from Chinese and more especially Korean propaganda, right? You could hear the I don't know how legit these people are once again, but or how they're supported, but there's that lady, voice of North Korea, whatever her name, Hyunmi Park, whatever, something like that, right? I forgot her name actually, but I was watching a bunch of her stuff, and she says that they were, the Korean government always accuse American people of starving and eating like icicles and all kinds of crazy stuff. And now it seems like we're doing a similar thing to Russia. So I'm not saying it's not true, but I have no way of saying that it's true either. I mean, I just really don't trust it. It sounds a lot more like the propaganda that they used to say coming from the other side, which makes it a lot less believable. It just sounds like a pile of garbage. I can't believe any of it. I'm so sorry, yeah? Even the Serpente that I like, the Serpente, I gotta give him props for being kind of like an OG in the game. I gotta give him props for coming out with content on a regular basis and making entertaining videos. And just the fact that he had a trouble pass, I mean, makes me feel like believe him more, you know what I mean? Like, he always had that kind of edge about him. I'm not gonna say everything that he says now is trash, but, I think some of his persecution is authentic, possibly. He seems really worked up about it, going through my own thing. And honestly, it's kind of strange that with all this stuff going on, right, that being the largest YouTuber, having 1 million subscribers, you would think that maybe someone like Jimmy Dore, or maybe like, these little YouTubers, right, would have on Serpensa in a desperate bid to like pump up their views, right? They do love to have like celebrity, like people with large followings on to try to exchange their audience, right? But why is there no crossover? Is this a result of why would impede this just naturally capitalistic, run for viewers? Is it not cooperation from Serpensa's part when he seems really pissed off about his persecution? Actually, no, I'm getting mixed up because I've been working on this guy's case. I've also been working on Louis Rossmann. Louis Rossmann, I think, did get covered by Breaking Points. I don't know if Serpensa ever did, or Lao Wai, or any of those guys. I think they may have had some crossover. That Trish Chapel guy. It's all such a blur now, yeah. And I just stopped watching all those channels because I don't believe any of them. I don't believe any of them at all. I don't believe Cristobal. Don't believe Jimmy Dore. Don't believe any of them, honestly. So I just, even this guy, he's an OG in the game, straight up. But even this guy has, if you look at his past, it's far from perfect. And if he was willing to be a state agent for China in the past, which it looks like he was, right? Yo, he dead ass said it. If someone has that video, right, I can't believe it. There might be here. Oh, let's see. Like, he's got a lot of haters. I don't want to. I'm actually a fan of this guy's work. So, there's that, right? Look, his material is excellent. Yeah? I'm not trying to really just cut this guy down, but it's just really real. It's just a real. Okay, Serpensa identifies. What is it? China, Trish Chapel as Falun Gong. Well, this might be it. No.
There's a secret Chinese war happening here on the streets of America, and you guys have no idea. Immediately they'd be like, no, but you know that China's got the biggest GDP up, this and that and the next thing. And in America too, if you go to the south of America, they're also.
So this is cool footage, though. You gotta admit, this is some hot footage. Like, if you want to know what life is back in China, like, who else are you gonna watch? Like, you just catching like stuff that other people don't see. You want to see this stuff. You want to know what China looks like. Where is this, man? I don't know, somewhere, but there was something going on. Anyways, he did identify. But he really is OG in the game. There's just no denying it. So, it just is what it is. So, that's my take on Serpensa. His Stay Awesome reel, right? That's been around for over a decade. Crazy. Wow. Yeah. This guy's made so many videos. I'm glad this guy never got canceled. Seeing how China's canceling other places and things like that, and shutting down, open discussion and stuff. Like I can't be down with everything. I am down with some. They are doing some positive things in the world too, which people aren't talking about. So there are some definitely concerns as well. I was recently in Grenada. They built a stadium there. They built an arena there. People talk about the U.S. doing things for other countries. China is doing a lot, but they maybe wanting something back, okay? Being Korean, okay, we know that sometimes China can be, actually China had a huge influence on Korea. And there's all our official dates and times and numbers are used something called Sino-Korean, which is actually a version of Chinese. And it used to be a lot more Koreans used to know Chinese characters because it was used like the way Latin is kind of like used in like the West, which kind of died out, but like Chinese was used in Korea because that was like the language of learning, right? And they had all that knowledge, kind of like English in the Western world, right? Like they have the huge repositories of internet and information, so you learn English so you can just get access to all this knowledge and stuff. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so that's my take on Serpensa today. We got to go out and do this ballot petition, so let's go.